All right. Good morning, my friends. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, John. How you doing today?
Carlos, how we doing? Good.
Good, my friend. Good. Doing very well, very well. All right, friends. Sorry for being a little bit late. Some technical issues on my end, but that all seems to have been resolved now. So yeah, let's jump right to it. Quick look at our gappers list today. We have a ton both green and red this morning. Again, just a lot going on with data, news, Jerome, Tesla burning down. I mean, it's just a bunch of stuff happening, which is a lot of fun for us because it's creating some really great volatility and opportunities that hopefully you guys are taking advantage of. So before we hop into this massive gappers list, let's dive into what's happening for today on our economic data and calendar.
And guess who forgot to update that? I don't know if Peter did. Hold on one second.
Oh, no worries, man.
Carlos, I'm sorry. 10 minutes ago, I remember I had to do this. What is this? The 7th of March? Oh, he did update it. All right. So we got jobless claims 8:30. Let me go try to find those numbers while you juggle flaming bowling pins. And what else we got? U.S. productivity and trade balance. Jobless claims will be the big one. Powell's back in the hot seat at 9:40. I watched a lot of that yesterday. That is a stupid.
It is so boring, man.
Those politicians, I don't want to get political here, but they are dumb, Carlos. They have no idea what they're asking this guy. Like, it is embarrassing. It is like watching. I don't know. Like,
you could clearly tell, by the way. And again, this is not factual. My opinion solely, guys, and that's just it. But you could tell that some of them are reading off whatever the company gave them money wants them to ask Jerome, because they don't even know the question. They're like looking at every single word. If you really know about something, you use your cards to kind of get an idea of what you want to ask because you know the subject very well. Some of these guys, John, they're reading word by word and kind of getting stuck. I'm like, okay, that's not coming from you.
It's not just that. It's also they have agendas that have nothing to do with the economy, and they're trying to make the match between the two, and it's like, make this nonsense stuff. My favorite part yesterday, though, was when a congresswoman straight up asked him, are you going to cut interest rates in 2024 and how much? Like, lady, what are you trying to do to us as day traders? Right. You know what I mean? Like, you were just about to – if he like watching him trying to like dance around, like, how do I say I'm not answering that, dumb?
It's such a waste of time.
Like, we're not going to shift the market by 3% in 4 seconds, if you don't mind. Anyway, that's my rant. Jobless claims, 217,000 expected, 215,000. So they're more or less in line, coming in a little above for jobless claims.
Yeah. There you see the market reacting right now, looking very, very positive, at least at the moment. Initial drop and then coming back here. So that looks good. And man, we know some stocks can use some of that. This morning they've been down quite a bit. John, anything else on the calendar we should know about today?
I really, that's the big one. There's some other Fed speakers coming up midday, but it's all going to be about Powell. And I think you just want to just be aware that he's there. I think Peter was saying something about this yesterday. Like, you just don't know. You know, it's especially like Peter said during the question and answer part, and they probably will go right to that today. I assume he's not going to make another statement. So. So then it begins. And like I said, you get politicians asking questions that are like earth-moving questions that he has to dance around. And, you never know if the market's going to react. If he says the wrong thing, puts the wrong consonant in the middle of a word or something, and boom, we're done.
But no, he stuck to his guns. Yes, I think he did a pretty good job of just repeating himself 20,000 times. And that's about it. All right. Where do you get your news? Oh, we get it from everywhere. TradingTerminal.com. I get some stuff from YouTube. I get some stuff from Finviz, Vinsinga. I mean, news is tricky, right? There's not just one source. Our main source is TradingTerminal.com, but you can look at so many different sources, right? A bunch of places.
So there's some good Twitter accounts.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
too. Yes.
maybe we can get some suggestions in chat or the YouTube for the accounts people watch. But I just had to get jobless claims real quick. I know there's an account called Zero Hedge, which is very quickly up to date. So I just went there and
Yeah.
pulled. I knew they'd be there, so that's good. It's the
Yep.
closest thing you're going to get to a Bloomberg for some of us. It's just
That
these
is
these
very,
dedicated
very true.
accounts and hoping they
Yeah,
update quickly. Yeah, but it'll never be
absolutely.
as quick.
All right, friends, let's get to this massive list. Control A, Control X is going to get rid of that for us there. And if you're joining us on YouTube, good morning. Didn't get a chance to type to you guys since I'm running a little bit late, but good morning, everyone. Michael, John, Andre, Freight. No, we can't call me now. I don't talk at this time. So we'll mute that. Nicholas, Joshua, Melanie, welcome, guys. Good to see you there. And over in our chat, Reagan, Banks, Rags, Dan, ADT, Sarifs, David, guys, welcome. Glad to have you here. All right, first one on the list is going to be CERO this morning, up 630. These numbers make me laugh. 633%, 1.2 million shares traded. So we're rocking this morning on this thing. Looks very, very ugly. John, I know you're just kind of getting to all of this. Is this
I couldn't find this ticker. So I do go to Trading Terminal first and foremost. So if you go to the news tab at the top of Trading Terminal, click news. About halfway down, there's another search box. That's where I type in tickers and I try to find out what's going on.
Let's actually go to that because I want to see how you're doing that for members are asking as well.
A bad example because I couldn't get CERO to pop up. So, but you see the search box. Look to the right of this young lady's eyes. Yeah, and
right over here.
Yeah, type in CERO and see if it populates.
It does not. I mean, it's a weird ticker though. It hasn't had any activity before February, so that's probably why. But yeah, so this is where you would type to get the news right on here. So, all right, excellent, perfect. And I like this here. You can do positive and negative too. I like that, and then neutral. Just kind of see what's happening there. That's this is ugly, man. I don't know what to think about it. It is up quite a bit, 1.3 million shares traded. It is in play. The float that I'm showing is a low flow of 5.4.
It is a therapeutics. It's Cero Therapeutics holding.
Yeah.
So maybe one last try here. Let's just try a straight Google. No, I don't see what's pushing this thing, which means be careful because this could be the last of this all day, and it'll go right back to where it came from.
Yeah,
perhaps
very,
you don't know.
Yeah, very, very suspect.
Bank Rags has it here in the chat. Announces publication of preclinical research supporting the use of its clinical candidate CER1236 to treat AML patients. I don't know what CER1236 is or AML patients, but it's a drug thing. Leukemia treatment. Thank you.
Okay, there we go. Nevertheless, we'll keep it on here, guys. Very, very careful. This looks very wild at the moment.
Rough start, Carlos. We really fumbled through that one.
Yeah, we fumbled that one, man. That's all good. We'll give that that review of that stock a garbage can for me and you, my friend. That's me and you right there for that one. We'll do better on the next one, I promise you. RSI and not the not the indicator. RSI here this morning. We are up. What is this? Rush Street Interactive. They're up 36%, 157,000 shares traded. Looks pretty light on the volume. Gap up started last night after hours, so maybe earnings on this one, John.
Earnings. Yep, they had earnings. They made a penny per share. They're predicted to get a loss of 3 cents. So in the great scheme of things, that's a good beat. Revenue came in higher as well. So yeah, they're looking good. Whatever they do.
Yeah, I don't like it right now. Volume is very light. It's not a low flow. I'm showing 202 million on it. So not a low flow stock, but doesn't seem one that gets great volume. Very light on the daily as well. So we'll leave that one alone for now. MD this morning, we are up 24%, 1.8 million shares traded. 38 is what I'm showing on the float here. A little bit on the higher side, so not too low. But not sure to think about this one, man. It's a little bit all over the place right now. Any good news?
They announced the pricing of offering of common shares. So we have a few of these this morning. Announcing common shares, share buybacks. I don't know if these ever trade well. I don't think I've ever traded a stock that had that kind of news. I think generally that's not. So I wouldn't be too stoked about that one. That last company, RSI, is an online gaming and casino company, by the way. So
Okay,
last
there
bit
you
of
go.
information.
All right, so
Do
again,
you have a
both
lot
of
of
these.
friends getting into online gambling and things these days, Carlos? I feel like it's getting kind of hot.
You know what? I don't have a lot of friends that really get into it like that. Like they might gamble on really big games, Super Bowl, this and that, but like on a regular basis, like that's their thing. No, not really. You know,
I must
um,
be getting a weird data set of people in my
it starts to
circle
creep into your circle.
just getting a lot of sports betting and stuff. Makes you
Yeah,
wonder. I don't know.
yeah, no, it hasn't crept into my group yet, so I'll keep you posted. Let's look at OSPN. What we got going on here? OSPN.
That,
And we're up 21%, 164,000 shares trade. Again, another one with a nice gap up this morning. Very, very light volume, which I am not liking here at all. This one does have shares for short. The other ones did not. Um, again, just don't know what to think about these big gaps with little volume this morning. So this one went as high as 16, dropping down now to almost 1150 here. So big change in what is has been up this morning. Um,
that's a earnings beat, by the way. So
yeah.
that's where that's
Okay.
coming from.
All right. So there you go. I don't know. I don't like him. Let's do a possible. I mean, I do like the fact that it does have shares for sure, but we just need more volume on this thing. So let's see if we can get more of that. All right, two more here, then we jump around. Let's look at CC. This is up 16%. Looks brutal, guys. I mean, just there's really no pre-market activity. This thing gapped down huge a few days ago, down to 14, made it to 20, hung out there for a bit, and now looking to kind of close this gap down that it had. So I just don't know. Let's see how it's
This
trading. Yeah.
this is ongoing lawsuit news, right? There's a threat of a
Okay.
lawsuit against this company, I believe. I think this is going on for a few days now. So
Okay.
I think
I again just don't like it here at all. So I'll leave this alone. All right, let's jump around here a little bit. I know some really good ones down there we want to get to. We know we have Rivian. Rivian, it's been actually doing very well this morning.
try
They're up.
American Eagle there, Carlos, or
Oh, did I
the
miss that one? Oh, AEO.
AEO.
Yep.
That's a real company. They make
Yeah, we know
shirts or
this one.
something. We know
Yep, yep,
them, right? You can
yep.
find them at the mall. Yeah, so they announced a new 3-year strategy to power profitable growth. They think they have a clear path to about $6 billion in revenue and an approximate 10% operating margin rate. So good news from AEO trying to shine a light on the path forward for their investors. So
Yeah.
that could be something legit there, maybe.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. So AEO guys looking good, up 12%. They're hit or miss when it comes to their intraday trading activity. Usually, a lot of these retail companies are. So let's see what happens. I'm going to put them on here as a secondary for now. When we were looking at it, and again, it's Rivian. I know Rivian's been up quite a bit this morning. 5.4 million shares traded. 1.9. I'm sorry, up 5.4, 1.9 million shares traded, as you can see here. Doing very well this morning. So I'm going to add that one to my main list today. I'm not sure what is the main news. I know they're
Here's the
doing pretty
news. You
well.
ready?
Yeah.
It's kind of big, actually. I was coming back from the doctor yesterday, going down
Yeah.
93, and I was behind a Rivian, and I never see those things. So there you go. There's the news. It was blue. It was the SUV model,
Yeah,
and
it's
they
nice. It's
exist.
okay. It's not bad.
Oh, they're great looking.
It
Yeah, I
looks all
wanted to
right. Yeah.
rear end them just to cause $50,000 in damage that he has no way to repair, but I
Yeah.
decided not to.
Those things are expensive. But yeah, here it is, guys. It is doing very well today on my list for sure. And yeah, that could be the news. Maybe more sales, start to see them around a little bit more. And it's, I think, probably one of the biggest competitors to Tesla, right? At the moment, I would think. So I'm not
I
sure.
in the realm of companies that are only EV, yeah, I think I
And
mean
that's the
that's
other
kind of
one
the
I
main
see.
one.
Like I see Teslas and I see Rivian quite a bit. And then you got the other ones, the other ones you see
Oh,
once in a
I
while.
was actually behind a Chevy Bolt on the way to the doctor. This now I'm remembering this whole trip. That was weird too, because you don't see many of those.
Yeah,
You might even
yeah.
see more Rivians. That is well, I don't want
I
to
definitely see more
put
Rivians
down the
than
car, but
yeah.
yeah, that's a rough one. I don't know who buys a Chevy Bolt. That is a bold decision.
It sure is. All right, friends. There is a ton of this gap up list. We're not gonna be able to go through all of them. I do see coin is down all the way down there on the list. I mean, this thing has just been on fire, guys. Hitting here 245. on the price this morning. It is up another 2.1, 403,000 shares trade. I've been keeping a close eye on this one. Did not trade it yesterday, but man, it's been fun to watch. So I'm gonna add that on there this morning. Anything else in the gap up you want to go over this morning, John?
Poking around. No, I saw Novo's on that Norodisk weight loss drug news, but not new news. I don't think.
Yeah.
No, that was about it for the gap ups that had any. Yeah, that were on the list.
Look at this
MU's on
NVO,
there
man.
too. I don't think that's
Hmm.
anything legit. Let me check real quick, but
Yeah. NVO, while you look at that, this thing is up 7.31 million shares trades. Look at the break we're getting here. This could be interesting. I'm gonna add this to my list today. We'll see what comes out of it. That is a big pop for them this morning. So let's see what takes place there. And then you mentioned MU on the list today.
yeah, I don't see any news for it, so it snuck itself on there. Some. How much is it up? It's like
It is up
2%.
4.5.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's up
4.4,
quite a bit
4.5.
actually.
Uh,
512,000. So it's definitely got to be something going on. But man, look at MU. MU again. We've been kind of gearing towards AMD, which has been amazing, Nvidia, but MU's right on there, man. They're moving pretty decent. So see in the chat, we're getting an MU upgraded, got upgraded. So that could be it.
upgrade. That's
Yep.
usually the news when I don't know what the heck's going on, and then the chat room tells me got
Yeah.
up. I don't know where people find these upgrades from, but
Is this
yeah,
somebody reputable? Like, well, it should be if that's the reaction, right? 5 point something. That's pretty good. So I like that there. All right, excellent. Another one I heard on the radio today, and I see also Ivan mentioning it just now. He just threw it on. There's INTC, and that's also on our gap up list. So they've been doing well. They're up 3%, 1.3 million shares traded. And all these tech companies are. It's their time right now. It is their season. They are just crushing. So INTC right now up 3%, 1.3 million. I'm gonna add it to a secondary. I don't want to get too tech heavy on my list, but that one might be one that we might end up moving up. All right.
yeah. Nvidia's up almost 2%. It was a second ago, so it's up a
Yeah.
little more than other tech this morning. AMD is only up about 1%, but
This is this is
green.
fun to watch, man. And Nvidia up almost 2%, 2.2 million, as high as 906. That is, I believe, their all-time high as they continue to break. This almost
Oh my
every
gosh.
other day, I think.
Yeah,
So
Jared's been talking about
yeah.
$1,000 on this thing. That's
Oh,
not trading advice, but it's not hard to imagine either
yeah,
at
it
all.
really is not, man. Nvidia on the list for sure. And even with the way it's been trading, right, at these prices, it's been trading pretty clean. Like you can actually get some really good moves out of this thing. Just watch your share sizing closely on this, but it's been nice. All right, let's see what's gapping down this morning. SDMO today. We are looking at this thing down 30%. So big drop. It's sounds like a big number, but we're going from $8 to about 6.15. So $2 drop there. 726,000 shares traded, but I'm not seeing a great pre-market activity out of it right now. The float on this is I'm showing 62 million on it. John, any great news on this thing
Again,
might
it's
be
one of
worth
these
watching?
share things. They've announced pricing of private placement convertible notes.
Okay. I'm not sure how great that's going to trade at the market open. Usually that catalyst is not awesome. So I will leave this one alone for now. VSCO down 30%, but with some volume, 1.8 million shares traded. So this got some stuff going on here. I love this drop down 30%. Hopefully a better catalyst on this one.
Yeah, Victoria has a secret, and the secret is degraded outlook for the future. So
Oh, it's not good.
the secret's
Yeah.
out, and it's not good. They
Secret's
did
out.
beat on earnings, but yeah, that you can't overcome with last quarter's earnings the bad outlook.
Yeah, not looking good there, man. I like the volume, I like the gap down. I am going to add this to my list here. So VSCO, we'll put that on a secondary for now. I might end up moving that up. That's a nice gap down on some news. Next, we have AISP. I believe this ticker sounds familiar. We might have had it on. Yeah, it did. It was on here yesterday, gapping up. It looks like it's sold off for the entire day here today, down another 22%. But you can't short it. So, this is why one of the reasons why some of these stocks they're 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 selling down, but you're handicapping what you can do on here. And today looks like the same, right? So I can't short this with interactive brokers, so I'm not interested in it. I'm going to move on to the next one on here. If IFBD, another one that was on the list yesterday as well, just not doing a whole lot, not really in play. We'll skip on that one. All right, I'll do one more and then we'll
I
jump
like the
around. Yeah.
news on IFBD though. The
Oh yeah.
news is the news is there's FOMO for this meme stock. You can't beat that kind of news. What could drive a
No.
stock more than some good old FOMO
Is
and a
that what
word
it
meme?
is? That
Yeah,
is
well,
that is wild.
I don't know. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But we'll see, man. This is, let me look at this thing. $50 down back to 10. Just wild. All right, I'll leave that one alone. We'll
Oh
do
my
one
god.
last one here, and then we'll see what else we have on deck, guys. APM. I believe we saw this yesterday as well. So some of these tickers that were not great are just kind of, crawling into this gap down list now. This is down 18%. Again, you can short it. I'm not interested in it at all. It just looks horrible, looks ugly. This is gonna get a nice garbage truck this morning. Just looks brutal. A lot of these actually that we went through on the gap down list all
It's
can
yeah,
can be on this
it's a
truck.
it's a garbage laden list this morning.
Yeah, yeah. All right, John, before we hop over to our members, anything you like this morning you're going to be keeping your eyes on?
I missed a lot of the day yesterday driving around looking at Rivians and Chevy Bolts. So I don't I don't know. I feel like there's so Nvidia. I mean, now that it's above 900 and it's just a favorite stock, I'm sure people are tired of hearing me fill in for Peter here and then come up with Nvidia as my first choice all the time.
No,
But
it's good. It's a good
that'll
one.
be one.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it didn't get above 900 yesterday. It didn't. No, it had a high of 897 pre-market, or not. Excuse me, intraday. Um, so yeah, now it's in a new range. That's exciting. Just these numbers are stupid sometimes, and just you get into the new
Yeah.
numbers. You got a 9 in front now. It can make it hot. So I'll be watching that AMD and maybe even SMCI. I'm not going to get real excited about that one, but if that
Hmm.
one wants to play along, perhaps there's something there as well. But that stock, as always, all you can do with that thing if you want to trade it is take very small shares and go for very big moves. You got to remember that because the spread in the middle of the day it can be $2.50 even when it slows down.
Yeah,
So
it can be massive. I've seen that be quite high there. Um, All right, friends, let's take it over to you guys. I see some really good tickers being thrown, and obviously Tesla is one of them, and we're going to be watching that one. This thing it is just crashing and burning here, my friends. So right now down 1.4, as low as 173. Actually no lower. I got 172 here. So as low as 172 this morning. This thing has just been on a tear and not towards the upside here. It just continues to drop. So that'll be in play today. Tons of volume once again. So I'll add that on here. Again, just continue bad news on the outlook, and also they got the issue with the factory and the fires and all this other stuff going on in Germany. So just a lot of negative stuff happening around them. And then I think Elon is screaming at people too. I haven't kept up with his Twitter or his X, but he's like doing stuff that's creating a ruckus. So
it's not easy to keep up with Elon.
no, it's
So
not. It's
yeah,
really not. So
he's doing the usual Elon stuff. Yeah, I don't know. What's interesting.
yeah,
I'm wondering if I'm ever a buyer in this thing. Over all the years, I've never bought any Tesla shares, for longer than a day.
yeah,
So
it's getting, some of these are like this one especially is getting to a point where the buying brigade like Brian would say is going to start coming in here. So I'm watching it. I'm watching it very very closely, man. I might take some stuff here for long
it's
term,
interesting
right?
that the media loves a good narrative, and the narrative right
Yeah,
now is EVs are coming off their highs. You know what I mean? Just in terms of
yeah,
popularity and in terms, I saw an article yesterday that said that they pollute more than gas cars because most of the pollution these days comes from the rubber that is, you know, uh, uh, burned off the tires, rubbed off the tires,
hmm,
whatever the shit that comes off over time. Excuse me. And that EV cars, because they're heavier, they wear through their tires quicker. And I'm like, man, I've never heard that. Like, where is this stuff coming from?
yeah,
So
yeah.
like
Who knows if how factual
it's
it
so
is, right?
popular now to dump on EVs. That's where people are getting their clicks for their articles, and so that's the way it's going right now. And believe me, it'll shift somewhere here in the
Yeah.
summer or in the fall or something. They'll be back on the EV bandwagon, and it'll all turn around probably.
Yeah, who knows, man? We got all these players trying to get in. Just probably probably trying to saturate this market. This market is probably going to be a very small one for a while until people start buying into it. But we'll see, man. People still like their gas cars, and I saw an article where dealers were telling their executives, I think it was Ford or GM, focus more on gas cars. People coming in here looking for gas cars, not these EVs. So who knows? See what happens. All right, let's Tesla's on the list for sure, guys. Looking really good this morning. Tons of volume. Nicholas over on YouTube said Tesla has great volume. Yeah, we're starting to see the volume that we love on Tesla in this pre-market, and that's always fun. Another one that has been taking a sledgehammer to the face here is Apple. Look at Apple, man. Apple just keeps on dropping. I don't know what the news is. It's just iPhone sales, right? They
Oh
got
my
the
gosh.
EU. They got
I didn't even
the
notice. I don't
Yeah,
watch
man.
Apple as closely as I should. It's down to 170. That's amazing.
That is a
Wow.
great area to be in. So I like Apple. I'm going to put that on there. Again, these two are reaching levels that, the just the price might be worth doing some swinging stuff there. So we'll see. No advice, but if you are a swing trader, these got to be two you have on your list for a possible bounce eventually. Um, all right, let's take a look. Tesla's good. Great comments in chat here as well. Tesla broke the weekly, or is at the weekly lows. Yep, yep. It is having a hard time. All right, friends. Anything else? AMD. We have not looked at AMD this morning. That is very similar to what Nvidia is doing, just kind of popping up here. I think worth watching as well. I'm gonna put it on this list. I know I have a lot on here, but we'll fine tune this as we get closer to the market open. But these all look really good. Tons of volume on all of them. How about Mara? I know Coin's been the one kind of. Yeah, Mara's not getting any love, right? All the love is going to Coin as Bitcoin is doing their thing. This it's just kind of dropping here. Very interesting. Every day here they gapped up, has sold off, gapped up here, sold off, gapped up, sold off, slightly gap up and then sold off. So has not been doing all that hot here. I think Coin is the one to watch as we see it make new highs, at least 52-week highs here.
Yeah, maybe
Um,
take a look at PLTR.
I saw that. Yeah,
So V
PLTR.
range in the chat is mentioning that that's in the new territory. So there's some interesting.
That is a
So,
nice daily. Take a look at on how it traded yesterday. So we had this initial, it's pretty clean. Initial drop, had to be patient here, goes back above VWAP, half the day break. I saw a lot of opportunities here. I see all kinds of ABCD patterns and plays on PLTR. Yeah, I do like it here. Tons of volume like usual. Look at this, 6 million shares on PLTR. We might be able to do levels for this. I'm going to put it as a secondary for now. We will come back to that one. Anything else, guys, over on our YouTube chat? Um, yeah, I read about that, Jason. The article with the feud with Epic Games and Apple, right? So Apple is preventing Epic Games from like doing Fortnite on their platform. I didn't even know you could play Fortnite on the phone. I thought that was just a uh, 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 like a you had to have like some kind of PS system or something. So did not know that. Um, LYT, what is that? Let's take a look here. LYT. But I still think, yeah, that's a headline. I don't think that's the one driving that drop though, right? That's more to it, I think, than that. Because it's just too significant. LYT, what do we have here? So we're up 255%. I mean, it's a stock that came from $2. So usually I don't trade these lower price stocks. Started going off yesterday. What's the news on this? Pig Wrestler. This is wild. So definitely it's got some volume today. Hard to bar, so you can't short it. Yeah, I'm not sure if I will be watching this one. We'll see what the news is now.
so it says what? It's on the gap up, right?
Yeah, it's gapping up 255%.
Yeah. It says it's rising alongside it entering the data center markets, launching its lightest cloud service, intends to expand the service to markets over the next 2 years. So I don't know what the lightest cloud service is. It's one of the most popular open source cloud management platforms. There you go.
Oh, okay. There you go. That could do something. I don't like it right now, so but it is in play. If this is your style, you could definitely watch it. I'm just not gonna watch it. I don't have shares to short on the way attack the brokers on top of that. So just be careful. The flow is 321,000. Yeah, no thanks.
Oh my gosh.
No thanks. That is insane.
I question that comment then that it says one of the most popular open source cloud. I mean, it's open source. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's open
That's
source. Could be, yeah, it could be really
that's
small,
not a
but
lot of shares for anything to claim it's the most popular thing on the planet in its space. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Open source could be tricky though. Like
That's
what
that's
it
true. Yeah.
that it could be very, very tricky. Um, All right, friends, we got a ton here. Let's take it to our website, bearbutraders.com, where you can always find what's going on for the next 2 weeks. And I'm going to bring you here over to our website, bearbutraders.com. And then once you get there, you can click on the top here where it says, if I click in the right place, there we go. Click on webinars and you can see what's coming up for the next 2 weeks. Today is Thursday, so it'll be big mentorship day. Let's see the lineup.
Yeah, I will kick it off at 11 with the extra hour for the elite members in the webinar room for my mentorship session. I love to talk to the new traders, so I'm asking them to come over there and ask the questions that they're maybe afraid to ask in the main chat room. There's always lots of them, actually. They're lurking in the background wondering what this means or what that means. So come over to that session and ask those questions. We always have a good conversation. In the afternoon at 2 p.m., you've got the Jared and Megan options mentorship session. We were just talking about options. Actually, in my PCTs, my peak capital trading small group mentorship session yesterday, Carlos, we were talking options and what the potential is there.
Oh,
and,
nice.
I'm not the guy to talk to. I kind of get it, but I don't get it. But yeah, if you're curious about that and what the potentials are, then head over to that session at 2 o'clock. That's in the webinar room as well. And then Thor ends it tonight with his Thursday mentorship at 8 p.m., which is vastly popular. So if you're an elite member, again, go check that out. And trading terminal. So we actually got this question this morning in the chat, and we got it in YouTube as well. Where do you guys get this news? And Carlos mentioned a few locations, but when I need it, and I need it quick, which was this morning when I remembered 10 minutes before the show that I had to fill in for Peter, I headed right to Trading Terminal, went to the news tab, and started typing in these tickers into that box to figure out what's going on. So actually, very quickly, I mean, in 10 minutes, I had probably 60% of the gappers list, for the gap up and gap downs filled out just to get a handle on what's going on. So it's something you got to do as a trader. You got to figure out why these things are moving and make that part of your trade book. So Trading Terminal really helps out with that. I know Andrew's been sending out a lot of emails about the updated the replay and the simulator, more functionality added there. So go ahead and check that out. That's the gappers list we're looking at right there. So you can see the gappers list, and then those other scanners that will populate during the day: turbo breakup, turbo breakdown, the RSI extreme scanners, etc. And yeah, just check out Trading Terminal. A lot of good stuff there. If you'd like to join us here at Bearable Traders, we have a lot of options to do that. One of my favorites is to just join us for $39 for 1 week of access. That gets you access to the day trading options courses, the basic stuff, and then the chat room. Most importantly, if you have a week that you can say, like, I can dedicate a good amount of time to hang out in the chat room and see what Bearable Traders is all about, then try it. It's the best $40 you'll ever spend. Come join us, and you'll learn so much about day trading. It'll be well worth your time. You can bump up that same access to $99 a month, or if you want to see these webinars we're talking about, these mentorship sessions, then you want to bump up to an elite membership. The best deal there is to go for the elite annual and join us for a full year. Day trading takes time, so come join us.
All right. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. Friends, let's take a look at our list here. We have a ton this morning. Trying to fine tune to see what I take off the list, but it has not been that easy. We got Rivian, we have Coin, we have NVO, which actually looks pretty decent here, NVIDIA, Tesla, Apple, and AMD. So just way too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we may be able to get, let's do levels for everything. I'm not going to watch that many. But all of these look great. So we'll do levels, and I'll fine tune this later before the market open. Let's take a look here at Rivian this morning, guys. 1168. We'll slam a level there. So you guys slam that thumbs up over on YouTube. We appreciate it very much. You guys help us get to our goal of 160 every day, which is awesome. So thank you for that. Right now sitting at 120, so we're almost there, not far from where we need to be. So thank you guys. Over on our members as well, because I know some members, they hop over over there, hit the thumbs up, and then come back into the chat room. So thank you for that as well. 1168 is the high of the Rivian and the pre-market this morning, and you can see here you got some resistance right on there in the daily as well. Slightly above that, we're looking at 1222 is the next area on the daily. Then we go into this big gap down that we have. That level is going to be all the way at 1475. So some really good news here on Rivian. Going to the left, I want to get some levels between this gap up, gap down that we had a few days ago, because that is a massive one. And the daily, very, very clean here. We have a 1352, definitely got to have that down. And then you also have 1288. Those two are really, really great levels between that gap down that we have on Rivian. So good volume on Rivian. Pre-market action, not the cleanest, but I love the daily here. Possible breakout, start to kind of close this gap here, at least over to 1222. If we can get there, that'd be great. And if the momentum continues, if the SPY can help it, things could look even better for them later down the road here on the day today. Here's coin. Coin just again really, really good compared to Mara. 245.88 is the high of the pre-market there. We are at 52-week highs, not all-time highs, but 52-week. Towards the bottom, just going to mark down this 230 level here, 229.74. Then outside of that, highs and lows for the last two trading days, doing an amazing job. If we head over to here to the left, I know we've been higher. We might have to go to a monthly here because it's been a while. We're going back to 2021, 2022. Actually, I'm going to go to the weekly. Might be a little bit better. Yeah, that's more fine-tuned. If we look at the weekly here, we can see some areas that we might worth marking down. 256. We're not far from that now. We've been cranking away here. So 256.68. And then we have another area where there are a lot of touches over around 268. So just those two for now. We'll see how coin does here. But again, it's been trading very, very well. Tons of volume. And just looking very nice. The spread could be a little bit high at times, so just be careful with that. You want to monitor that very closely. You can take less shares on this thing and still get a great outcome, just because the moves, easily $1.50 on coin is possible. Here is NVO. Normally this stock I wouldn't watch, but I like the pop that we got today. I like the volume we're seeing here. 134.18 is the high of the pre-market this morning. Towards the bottom, you do have the highs and lows for the last two trading days. 128 is the level on there that we're going to mark down. And is this hitting all-time highs? Let's get to a weekly. Let's get to a monthly. I believe so. So there's no levels up there. Nope, there's none. So that is your all-time highs right now, which makes it even more interesting. Really like this one today, guys. Let's see where it goes. And it could play both ways here. We do have shares for short with interactive brokers, which is nice also. But I want to go back to that. There are some levels here in the pre-market you might want to mark down. Here's one at 130, and then you also have another one here which is showing some areas of support and resistance around 132.79. Let's head over to Nvidia. What is the shortcut for switching time frames? So on Dash Trader Pro, the F1 through like F9, see, like that's F1, and I think that's default, right? So F1 is the 1 minute, F2 is the 5 minutes, 60 minute, one daily, weekly, monthly. I think 720. I've never used that one before. 15 minute, and what does F9? I think that's it. All the way up to F8, I believe. I don't want to click any other buttons and mess anything up here, but all the way to F8, at least you have some shortcuts there on the time frames. All right, going back to Nvidia, guys, hitting all-time highs this morning over at 906. Just insane. We'll be at 1,000 in no time here. So 906 is your high of your pre-market. Nothing else above that. Once you mark that high of your pre-market, you're set, guys. Highs and lows for the last two trading days towards the bottom. Previous day close. I mean, nothing else for you to do on Nvidia. Careful with the share size, right? This thing can move $5, $3 easily. So be very mindful of that. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla, on the other hand, heading the opposite direction, the wrong direction here. 172.11 is the low of the pre-market this morning, which looks a little funky. Look at the daily. Daily's candle's a little bit higher, over at 173 for some reason. But I'm showing this wick down at 172. Let me know if you guys see the same. But 172.11 is the low of the pre-market this morning, getting a little bit of a bounce. The high of the pre-market I have it set to 175.95, so we'll mark that there. And then above that, highs and lows for the last two trading days. Last time we were hanging out in these areas were back in 2023, May, April timeframe. If we head back there now, I'm going to mark down 168. It's a good level there, and also 164. Again, just a bunch of negative news for Tesla that's not treating them well over the last couple of days, and we're getting into some very interesting levels of support here. Here's Apple's another one that has been dropping quite a bit. The low of the pre-market all the way down at 167. This thing was in the red this morning and now looks in the green, up almost 0.5% up, 842,000 shares traded. So I do like the way this is looking. Not so much in the pre-market, but I love the way the daily looks on this one today. Could be very, very interesting, especially if the SPY is going to be slightly strong this morning. So highs and lows surrounding the price action, previous day close. I mean, you have a ton on here already. Do not need to add anything else besides that low of the pre-market. And if we do decide to go back into the red, we can always swing all the way to the left and get some levels below that. But right now, I think you're pretty much set when it comes to that one. I have AMD here also, and AMD is just surrounding the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days, not far from their all-time highs there. High of the pre-market 213.50. The low is going to be down at 208.80. And once you mark those two, you are pretty much set when it comes to AMD. I know people are going to be watching PLTR, so I'll do levels for that one because this one also looks very good. I have not dismissed it. It's one of my top possibles. It's got insane volume, 6.5 million shares traded. So that is just amazing. So 27.45 is the high of the pre-market there. The low of the pre-market slamming into the previous day close basically at 26.16. So we'll leave that alone. Then highs and lows of the last 2 trading days towards the bottom here. Now, is PRTR another all-time highs? No, it's not. Going on the weekly, 2021, we have some areas here. So 52-week high hitting this morning, but we do have some areas here worth noting. 28.27, and right up here, guys, we're looking at a 29.16 for our good buddy PLTR. So looks great this morning. Tons of volume on my list. I'm going to shuffle things around as we hand it off to Brian and Andrew trading live next. I have way too many, but man, they all look really, really good. All right, as we are setting up, let's take a look at what our team is watching, our moderators, and see what they have on deck. 159. Wow, we're right there. Thank you, guys. So we're hitting our goal here. Just going to refresh our YouTube chat and see we're at 159. Just need one person to just kind of trip over the button there and hit that like. And actually, I haven't hit the like. There we go. I hit the like. We're good now. 160. There it is. I was the one missing there. All right, friends, let's take a look at our moderators list this morning. We're starting with Thor, NVIDIA, Tesla, Amazon, and Microsoft. Futures on there as well. Mike will be looking at NVIDIA and Microsoft. Rafsilla, PLTR, and AMD. Aiming potential long for him, Airbnb. He's been watching that over the last couple of days there. Trading mom Susan looking at NVIDIA this morning. John, NVIDIA as well. And Megan, PLTR and coin for her today. So really, really decent list here. And our good buddy Brian looking at NVIDIA, 900. I knew it. And Jared is calling 1,000. So we got 900 from Brian. He got that in. And Jared is calling 1,000. And John, where are your bets in this morning for NVIDIA?
Oh, geez. I don't know. Just I'm just looking for those high day breaks, man. It may make one break and it might sell off the rest of the day, and that might be good for me. We'll see.
What it is fun for everybody, man. This volatility is amazing. I was talking with some people, man. I don't know if we're getting better as traders or this market is just great. I hope that is that we're getting better because so many people are doing well. I hope that we're getting better as traders and not that the market is so great. But man, whatever it is, we're enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. Guys, trade safe over on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We will see you guys again tomorrow, Friday, so we can end this amazing week. So any news that we got to remind people of? Jerome today. Anything else major? John?
Jobless claims are done. Jerome Powell in the hot seat in about 23 minutes. And enjoy your day, everyone. Be careful.
All right. Take care, guys. Stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.